going on, man? Just finished a killer workout, a shoulder workout. I would highly recommend doing heavy overhead dumbbell press. That has been a huge foundation for my physique. That's not what this video is about. This video is going to be about authenticity and the power of the N-word and how you need to incorporate it in your vocabulary. In most cases, it has been something that has saved my life. And that word is no. Learning how to say no. And that links back to the concept of authenticity. Because I'm going to define what true authenticity is to you right now. Maybe no one's defined it like this. But true authenticity is being 110% okay with being hated. The power that gives you to be completely alright with other people disliking you, hating you, loathing you, is what also gives you the capacity to be absolutely loved and absolutely adored, because there's going to be people out there who resonate with you, who feel very seen by your willingness to share what's truly on your mind and truly on your heart. I say no a lot in this life, and there's a different type of no that I would highly recommend, and it's a very uncharged no. It's like a quality no. It's not aggressive. It's not egoic or acting as if you're superior to someone. It's just a very matter-of-fact no. And another aspect of authenticity is when you enter into this state and you find yourself, you might enter into a season of loneliness for a time, because there's this middle ground between where you're this version of yourself who goes along with things. You've got friends, they invite you out to drink, they invite you out to, do lower energy activities. And as you start to evolve and grow, you will find that your interest in those things will become less and less. And unfortunately, what tends to happen is you realize that some of your connection with those friends was purely based on those lower energy activities. And that can be difficult because you might naturally and gradually start to distance yourself from those friends. And so you end up in this middle stage where your frequency isn't quite what it needs to be to attract higher level people into your life that you want, but it's too high for your old group of friends. So there's this middle ground, this period of solitude. And I have been in that stage back and forth many times. But those seasons of solitude are a gift, because they really allow you to sit with yourself, to make friends with this newer, authentic version of yourself. And for a time, you're going to have to learn how to use the N-word, say no to your friends who are reaching out. There might be a little bit of an energy of like, what, are you too good for us? Or whatever it might be. And if it gets to that, you can just explain. Be like, look, I've really been on this path of spiritual growth, self-improvement, and I really feel like I'm finding myself, and I'm not really into those activities anymore. If you want to get together and connect, through another avenue, then let's do it. And sometimes those friends, those are the friends that'll stick around, and maybe they'll evolve and grow with you, and that's totally possible, especially if you do it from a place of authenticity and compassion even. It's very easy for the ego to latch on when we start to improve ourselves or grow spiritually, especially spiritually. There's that concept of the spiritual ego where you start to have glimpses of peace or stillness or wisdom or enlightenment, and the ego wants to just grab a hold of that and be like, look how spiritual I am. And It wants to have a sense of superiority over other people. So bring awareness to that as well. But honestly, saying no will save your life. And what I mean by that is it will save the true essence of what is trying to emerge within you. Because really, what is life if you're not fully tapped in to your true authentic self and who you want to be and what you resonate with? If you're constantly playing a character for the sake of going along with what's acceptable socially, then dude, you will die inside. And there are a lot of people in this world who, yeah, they're alive physically, but on the inside they're falling apart because they're not being true to themselves. They're fighting against their own heart. And over time, that kills you. It really does. It's what attracts vices into your life. It attracts lower energy people. It attracts jobs that you fucking hate. I've had so many jobs that I hated, and out of fear and out of doing what was normal or expected of me, I stayed in those jobs for years. But guess what? Once I overcame fear, once I tapped into my own authenticity and learned how to say no, everything changed for me. I wouldn't be here talking to you if I hadn't cultivated a degree of authenticity. And I wouldn't have the time to make these videos. I wouldn't have time to mentor the guys that I mentor if it wasn't for me really cultivating a space where I can be my truest, most authentic self as often as possible. So this is powerful stuff. It doesn't happen overnight, but take steps towards being okay with being hated or disliked. And let me tell you something, man, as you start to evolve and grow and make progress in different dimensions of your life, there will be certain people who really dislike you, and they might not even know why. But oftentimes what that's doing is it's shining a light on the parts of themselves that they're neglecting. It's like, oh, so-and-so's starting to work out. Oh, so-and-so's starting to seem much more grounded and have a degree of certainty and peace. I don't know why that is, but it's probably because you've been meditating. It's probably because you've been going within. You've been opening yourself up to spirituality. And that takes a degree of humility. And so if you resonate with this kind of content and you're on my channel, you are a very rare individual. I'll tell you that. It's much easier to consume dopamine-filled content, and I understand. There's no judgment. A majority of my life, I was trapped in that. I just didn't realize it. So, and for men, I'll just note really quick, this, I won't go too much on a tangent, but pornography really is men's kryptonite. If you can overcome that, if you can overcome your addiction to pornography, which is like the end boss of dopamine and damaging mental stimulation, then a lot of other things will fall into place pretty easily. So I think that's all I got for you tonight. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. Hope that you feel seen. If you are interested in getting coaching or mentoring from me directly, click the link in the description. There's a form that you can fill out, and we can jump on a 30-minute discovery call. I only have room for a couple more one-to-one clients because I want to make sure that everyone I'm working with, I can give 100% attention. And if you're at a place where you want to financially invest in yourself and go deep and work with me one-on-one for several months, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, there's also a community, the Conscious Men community. It's a fraction of the cost. It's a community of guys. We do 2 group calls a week. We dive into this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of really good dudes in there. So whatever area, whatever dimension you want to work on, whether it's fitness, self-confidence, learning how to talk to women, spirituality, which in my opinion is the most important aspect because it colors every other part of reality. Once you know who you are on a deep spiritual level, then you become unstoppable in a lot of ways because you're free. You overcome fear on all levels. You even stop fearing death. Not in a reckless way. You're not going to dance around in oncoming traffic, but you make peace with those things, and it allows the emergence of your unique, true, authentic self to shine through. So, that's it, man. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. You are loved, you matter, and you've barely scratched the surface of what you're capable of. I'll talk to you soon.
Help me see the light. Listen.